Hello. My name is CraftYoutube and welcome back to another video. First things first, where have I been? Well, you see, to answer that question, I have to take you on a journey. And that journey starts with my last upload / the last video that I recorded, which is the drops from 100 runs of Floor 5. Welcome to HYPIXEL SKYBLOCK Part 2. I've made some progress. So immediately after creating the profile, I did a few things to get started in the game again. And so let's walk you through those. First, I went to the farm. Here I made sure to get farming level 5 and unlock some basic gear, which was the farm suit armor. And for those of you who are new to HYPIXEL's unique version of Skyblock, you can level up different skills by getting experience points for them by actually doing the skill. In this case, by breaking wheat, I got farming experience, which I think is pretty easy to understand. Additionally, Skyblock has a system called collections, which allows us to craft custom items. These collections get leveled up from collecting a specific resource, in this case from collecting wheat and seeds. And through those collections, you unlock the recipes to a bunch of unique items, including that farm suit armor that I just unlocked, as well as different talismans and many cool things like that. My goal in this early progression is to get as many of my skills to a decent low level as possible, which will give me something called Skyblock XP. Skyblock levels tie into every aspect of the game, from colored names to accessing key features like the bazaar and auto pickup. If you're curious on how skill collections or Skyblock levels work, let me know in the comments, and if I get enough questions, I'll make a video dedicated to that. For the time being though, let's assume everyone has a base understanding of how HYPIXEL Skyblock works. After the farm, I went to the coal mine and started on getting my mining level up. After unlocking level 1, I went into the gold mine and did the basic quests there, while mining enough to unlock mining level 5 and the deep caverns. Okay, the first getting money is not going to be hard at all. I'm going to have like 10 mil by the end of today. I have a lot of really good money-making strategies that I'm already going to use. While in the deep caverns, I quickly unlocked each different level because I wanted to unlock all of the basic things so I could access them later, but I wasn't planning to spend very much time here. Oh yeah, like how much BS can I get? Like damn.
First you get your fucking glacial site to be dropped and lost forever, and then your account just gets wiped. I think HYPIXEL just has it out for you.
That's what I'm saying, man. Alright, there's like a fairy right. While I was starting my farming and mining adventures, I've also been collecting a few accessories. Accessories, or talisman, give different little stat boosts based on how or where you got them from. Some of them are just a little out there though. Having a large number of accessories gives you something called magical power. Magical power gives you direct stat boosts to a stat of your choosing, which for me is strength and crit damage, which will in turn let me do more damage. Magical power is another mechanic that ties into every part of the game down the line, so I wanted to make sure I got started on it as early as I could. While I was back in the hub, I also made sure to donate a stack of white wool to the carpenter and buy a basic B-pet from B the NPC. Both of those things will allow me to gain carpentry and taming skill XP respectively, which is very important early on. After that, I did a lot of mining. I unlocked minions in the iron, gold, coal, and redstone collections and prepared an area on my island to place them so that I could start working towards a bigger accessory bag. And minions are basically your personal workers that can make it easier to get collections and skill experience. After mining, it was time for the worst skill of all, foraging. I did a lot of foraging with all sorts of different kinds of wood. However, I did take a break to quickly do Melody's quest, which actually gave me a free epic accessory. During foraging, I just unlocked some more unique minions and then the small minion storage and got enough small minion storages for all of my redstone minions. I got my foraging level up to a total of level 11 before I stopped with foraging. After foraging, I went back to the Dwarven Mines to fight hostile creatures called the Glaciite Miners. And the Glaciite Miners only have 888 health. However, at the time, this was a lot more than I was prepared for. Luckily for me, they take increased damage from pickaxes, which means you are able to always one-shot them. The problem is, I was on a brand new profile and did not have any health, which meant that they could also one-shot me. In the end, it was worth it because the Glaciite Miners have a small chance to drop their armor, which is one of the best early game mining sets. While I was grinding for the Glaciite armor, I was also able to get to combat level 12 because each of the miners give 40 experience when killed. I was also lucky enough to drop all 4 pieces of the Glaciite armor before reaching combat level 12, which means that I was fully prepared to leave the Dwarven Mines. Now at combat level 12, you unlock the first major combat island. So welcome to the end. For those of you who have played Minecraft before, you might have something in mind. However, the end in HYPIXEL SKYBLOCK is nothing like the ends that you are used to. Welcome to a world full of dragons, endermen, and enderman zealots that you will fight your way through until you conquer the island by wearing armor made of dragon scales and wielding weapons made from thousands of endermen. After arriving, I was barely able to kill even the weakest endermen on the island, which only have 4,500 health. This was not a good start considering that the strongest enderman had a whole 30,000 or more health. I did not let this deter me though, and got to grinding right away. The reason that I went to the end so early on is because you can get a great first combat set and first few weapons through one of the quest lines. If you talk to the lone adventurer, he will suggest that you kill some endermen until you obtain the full Ender Armor set. The Ender Armor gives you a 2x bonus on the stats of each piece while on the island, which includes any stats given by enchantments. The set also comes with a full equipment set. Equipment is a feature that allows you to gain extra stat boosts and perks with smaller armor pieces such as belts or cloaks. It's a feature that was recently added to HYPIXEL SKYBLOCK. It is a great addition because it really takes you away from the standard armor experience of normal Minecraft and makes it feel a lot more like an RPG game. After you progress a little bit through the Lone Adventurer's quest, he will offer you a weapon called the Void Sword for 200,000 coins. The Void Sword alone is not very strong, for it only has a base of 125 damage. However, it has a perk that gives you plus 20 strength for each Ender armor piece you are wearing. This bonus also includes the Ender equipment, which means that you can get up to 160 strength. After obtaining the full set of Ender armor and the Void Sword, the last adventurer asked me to reach combat level 18 to progress through his quest. I did so by killing more Endermen, which led me to drop a rare Enderman pet. Upon reaching combat level 18, the lone adventurer asks you to find his missing weapon, which he then lets you keep. This weapon is the Dragon Shortbow, a bow that fires instantly on click and has some considerable stats for early game players. Shortbows are a concept that were introduced a couple of years ago to HYPIXEL SKYBLOCK with the Enderman Slayer quests, where they added the Juju Shortbow and the Terminator. Because of the popularity of the shortbows, HYPIXEL ended up adding a bunch of new shortbows to the game and changing some existing bows to be shortbows. The Dragon Shortbow was added with the Lone Adventurer quest when they made some changes to the End Island. Now, you may be asking why I care about having a decent bow at this stage of the game, so let me explain. My favorite mechanic in HYPIXEL SKYBLOCK is a minigame called Dungeons. Dungeons are a cooperative boss raid mechanic that has you search for secret loot and buffs throughout a maze-like catacombs, which is fitting because the first version out of 3 is called Dungeons: The Catacombs. At the end of the catacombs, you fight a hierarchy of bosses until you eventually reach the Witherlords, which are some of the strongest creatures in the whole of Skyblock. My goal is to use the Archer class to conquer the dungeons on this profile, and I am very excited to get into that grind as soon as possible, but we do have a long way to go before we can. As for the end, I would definitely say the hardest part was getting the 2 pieces of the Ender equipment that you obtain from the Dragon's Nest sub-area. That was the Ender Cloak and the Ender Belt. This island gave me a lot of good starting gear and even one of my first pets that I will be using throughout the remainder of this profile. However, that is the last that we will see of the End for a while. I definitely intend to come back here when I do the Enderman Slayer, but that is quite a ways out, so for now it's time to move on to other parts of the HYPIXEL SKYBLOCK gameplay. While I was working on my foraging and combat grinds, I unlocked the experimentation table, which allows you to get massive amounts of enchanting experience every single day. This is a daily task that is very important to start early on, and I also started doing my Dwarven Mines commissions every day, and there will be a video more about mining in the future when I reach a later milestone in my Heart of the Mountain. I also built a cobblestone generator, which allowed me to max out the cobblestone collection and get another epic accessory. And I also set up more minions, mostly redstone and emerald, to unlock the accessory bag upgrades and the personal bank upgrades. At the time of finishing recordings for this video, this profile has now existed for a total of 50 hours. I think I've made a lot of progress so far, though there are definitely a lot of things left to do on this profile, and the first one of those is making money. I need a lot of coins if I want to actually progress in the game, and I think I know exactly what my early game money making method is going to be. That being said, I do really appreciate anyone who has watched to this part of the video. I can't promise that I will upload very regularly, but I will be playing on this profile quite often, so anything is possible. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like so that the algorithm likes my video, and maybe even consider subscribing. Let's aim for, say, 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. If that happens, maybe I will start another Skyblock profile. Maybe even Iron Man, which sounds like a terrible experience to me, but some people really enjoyed that game. If you have any questions for me, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Other than that, I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.